And I also want to, as we wrap this up, because I'm feeling complete. I think we talked about self-confidence. Okay. I just want to make a marker of it. Last episode, we talked about markers of self-trust. And I think there is one very definitive marker of self-confidence, and it goes back to the original formula. And that is, it's the ability to learn from your experiences, both good and bad, both the successes and the failures. Can you learn from your experiences? And if you can learn from your experiences, it means that you had the experience in the first place, and you went out and overcame obstacles and did all the things you were supposed to do by being brave and showing courage and meeting the world where it was at and getting to the other side of whatever it threw at you. And then you were able to learn from it because you took an accounting. You considered what the experience actually was and its meaning and its implication, and you mined the patterns out of it. You mined the gold. And you were able to understand that it's not just because it was like something that maybe was a big deal for you in the moment, that doesn't mean that it has lifelong weight. It just means that in the moment it was a big deal. And then maybe ask why. Why was it a big deal in that one situation? So getting good at having the experiences and then getting good at taking an accounting on the other side lives heightened and far more fleshed out self-confidence.
So how good are you, as you're listening or watching, at taking action, getting that reference experience, setting up challenge for yourself, overcoming it? And how good are you at capturing those moments for review and finding the meaning or the tracking of it, tracking it over time? Which one do you lean more toward? Are you more of an action taker, but you're not tracking things and looking at the meaning? Or are you more about tracking and meaning and maybe action or external things are a little bit more challenging for you? We want to hear from you. You haven't been able to talk on this episode. There's not a third microphone, but basically you can come over and make a comment, ask a question, share your story about what's coming up. What are your experiences around self-confidence? Have you found yourself building self-confidence over time? Has it been eroded by certain actions, by certain things that happen in your life? And again, I think we're really looking at trying to flesh out a sense of where you're starting. Almost imagine a map of your life, and we're focusing on the you are here dot. What is your experience? What owner's manual are you going to carry through your life? How are you going to approach the things that you're going to go do in life based on how you show up? And that includes your cognitive wiring, your personality type, but also these aspects of self that are a little adjacent to that. We want to capture those as well and weave them into your learning about who you truly are. So come over and make your voice heard.
Mm-hmm. I've really enjoyed doing this series. I don't know if other people enjoyed it, but I loved being
Absolutely they have.
To deep dive.
I have confidence in this, that everybody has loved it. It's been fantastic.
Yes, it's very popular. It's sweeping the nation. But I've loved being able to do a deeper dive into all of this, and my hope is that it really did give people an access point into greater self-awareness. At the end of the day, there is so much content that lives inside of us that is fascinating. And we're going to be the most interested in ourselves because that's how it works, right? That's how the ego works. And there is so much to love and appreciate about ourselves that we overlook. We get a lot of messaging from the outside world that we have to be just so in order to earn a positive feeling about ourselves. And my hope is that through this series, people were able to get inside, inquire inside of themselves in a way that shut out some of that noise, some of those shoulds from the outside world, some of the feedback, some of the outer world expectations, and go, what do I think of me? What do I think of me? And not colored or biased or, just constant, reviewing all this negativity or the things that we should be feeling about ourselves, but going like, well, if I don't think well of myself, can I reevaluate what it means to think well of yourself? Like, can I reevaluate my metrics? Can I reevaluate my worth and value? Can I reevaluate my sense of confidence and self-trust? Like, am I really actually doing that bad? And I really hope people have gotten to a place where they have, you as the listener have been able to see this through a lens where going inside is a pleasure. Doing that self-inquiry is a pleasure for you. There's always work to be done, but there's so much beauty inside. There's so much to explore. It's such a rewarding experience. And when we bring some of the content that we've been avoiding because we're afraid of how it will impact us or make us feel, when we can bring it out from the shadows into the light and observe it and go, actually, it's not that bad, is it? It's actually, it's okay. And then we bring more out and go, ooh, maybe that one's not okay. Maybe I should do something about that. But look at all this other great content, all this other stuff about me that's great. We're doing what Carl Jung called individuation. We're no longer a house divided between our conscious and everything else we're avoiding. We're now bringing all of it into the light, and now we can see the full spectrum of who we are in that moment, right? There's always content we can't access, but in that moment, we're getting as big a perspective as we can. And that's beautiful, right? It's beautiful to be able to sit with oneself in that place. So I really appreciate you, the listener, going through this journey with us, and I hope you were able to tap into a little bit of that beauty.